So I'd like to just put highlight on an experience that I thought was really beautiful that was put on by the masculine that I attended. It was strictly a space put on by the masculine for holding the feminine. So the space was designed by men or a man to hold space for the divine feminine. So anyone that came in that was a woman, they were being catered to. They were being honored with words, with song, with sound, with invocations, with prayers, with meditations. And if men wanted to join the space, they were allowed to, but they were informed as they entered that this is a space specifically for the women tonight. Fellas, we are loving on the divine feminine, so you can feel free to stay and like be included in that loving ceremony on the feminine. If you'd like, if you have anything to say to the feminine or any words of encouragement or thanks or gratitude, you can stay and do that, or you can leave. So what I thought was really beautiful was, because this person does not always do this and hold space, so the men that were entering were probably like expecting something different. And I thought it was really beautiful that a lot of the men that did enter and saw what was going on, they wanted to stay. And they had a lot of beautiful things to share and say for the women in there. The lighting was so nice, the space, the music was so nice. And it felt really good to just be held by the masculine safely. It felt so safe. There was no ounce of predatorial energy. There was no ounce of force or abrasiveness or aggressive nature. It was all solidly feminine. And for me to see men holding spaces like that always is going to enlighten something within me because I don't see it enough. So it's like I forget it. And when men show up in this way, it really sparks the memory deep within me of queendom and what true queens are worth, and how far we have gone away from this with the patriarchy. We don't honor each other deeply in the ways that we used to, carving out time for ceremony and ritual just to pay honor to each other and like soak in the ambiance of the excellence of the presence of us. Not just women, but men as well, children as well. We used to have these parts in our society. We used to have worship and like honoring of these ways of being simply because it's an honorable thing. It's honorable. So why wouldn't we give thanks to those things? Like, we are in such a robotic time where we just expect people to keep going, keep going, keep going with no praise. I'm a cat. I need praise. Give me pets and I will do more. Give me praise to show me I'm doing a good job. If I don't get praise, I don't think I'm doing well. And I know I'm not the only person that is like that. If you have any Leo placements in your chart, that's a big thing for Leos, is like, let me know I'm doing good so I can keep doing what I'm doing. They need that outer reflection, like, hey, thanks for shining so bright, sun. Thank you, sun. And the sun's just like, yeah, I gotta keep shining. And when it's not given that honor, it kind of fades. That dullness comes in because it's not being shined up. It shines up our aura, it shines up our confidence, it shines up our souls when we hold space for each other. And this is not just for women, but I just wanted to bring in that example. When we actually hold space for each other to express and be heard and be seen, we are giving each other the space to grow, expand, and to feel that they are that they're worthy to be listened to. They're worthy to express. They're worthy to get this off of their chest. And they have a safe space to do it. It's all about having a safe space. A lot of the problems in the world could be solved if we had safe spaces for people to release their pain, suffering, and trauma. We don't have enough of that. We have medications, we have big pharma, we have quote unquote therapy where you're talking to a random stranger about things, and they're probably going to medicate you, because of your trauma, versus actually getting to the root cause of what it is. And it's that you probably never had a safe space to express whatever pain, suffering, darkness that lies deep within you, your childhood, whatever it may be. The more safe spaces we have for human beings, the more safe our world will be. This means safety in all corners. People that have been traumatized, people that have, been on the side of harming others, they need safe space too. The victims and the victimizers need safe spaces so that they can heal. That is how we have a safer world. Think about it. If there's no safe spaces in the world for people to express their rage and their pain, most likely it will turn turbulent and very violent. So, and that's what happens with the feminine too. And the feminine has no space to just be held and seen, and she's just constantly mothering, pouring out, pouring out, pouring out. She's eventually going to probably become very ugly in a way that is felt by everyone in the room. That's the power of the feminine, aka Scorpio. A lot of people say that Scorpios want everyone to feel when they're feeling bad, and it's just like, no, this is the vibration, and if you want to fix it, we can talk about it. We can get to that point of fixing, but it's not just going to be ignored. Scorpio is never going to let you just sweep things under the carpet. Scorpio is never going to let you ignore the pain, harm, do the wrongdoings that you've done. Scorpio wants to be acknowledged. Scorpio wants the pain to be acknowledged so that it can be unwinded and leave the body. We don't want to sweep pain under the rug. We don't want to swallow pain. We want to get it out of us. And that is uncomfortable a lot of times because it can mean we say things we don't want to say. It can mean that we expose things we don't want to expose. It can mean that we're being vulnerable with our emotions and that makes us feel weak. But at the end of the day, that is actually us being empowered in our power, which is nurturing and emotions and letting that emotional world be seen and heard and released. When we are holding on to emotions that are toxic, that are harmful, that eventually turns into disease into the body and also to our surrounding environments. So, yeah, holding space, big, 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 super important. If we can do it, let's do more of it. More safe space in the world equals a safer world across the board for every single person, every single gender, every single sexuality, creed, religion, race, safety across the board for all. No harm done to any. It's simple. In a matriarchal world, it's so simple. I'm not saying I want a matriarchal world. It just seems a little more makes sense, happier for everybody, peaceful. Am I the only one seeing it?